Do a quick garden tour. Bunch of stuff. The kale's looking good. It's not very big yet, but these are tiny, and I started these from seeds, so they're doing all right. Lettuce, arugula, garlic. A couple different kinds of kale. These are Italian kale here. These over here, I believe, just your regular old kale. Some radishes on the outside. You can see where the water kind of got up here yesterday. It rained a lot. We got 3.5 inches in the past week. So it was already damp. So then we got some pretty heavy rain yesterday, and it kind of took off. And it comes off of my shop here. That big roof on that shop. And then this is kind of at a slope here, and it comes towards the garden. Most of it goes kind of around and out like this into the woods, because there's actually a creek back there. But this whole piece of land kind of slants this way, so this kind of catches some of the water right here, and you can see where the wood chips floated up and kind of got on some of my radishes and stuff. But these are all broccolis here. These are like thinned out broccolis that were growing a little too close to other plants. I just dug them out of other beds and put them over here. It's lettuces. These are all lettuces over here too, and some spinach that I planted with my cedar, earthway cedar that you push. These lettuces are trying to get going, but we had that heavy rain, and it kind of, you know, it's like you go from famine to feast, because it was pretty dry, and I was just about out of my watering buckets, you know, my water catchment. That's leeks. Like I said, that's all spinach. And then there's an empty bed over there that actually has I just put like 2 or 3 inches of good compost on it that I sifted real good, and I put some alfalfa, basically horse feed. You put in it. It's high in nitrogen stuff, and I figured it might boost this a little bit. I'll tell you what, you can see this bed right here. There's not a lot of green in it. Now there's some wild onions coming up through it right there, but a lot of the small little sprouts, the mulching with compost really does work, because that bed was mulched. This one was compost tilled in to the existing soil. And when you look closely at it, you see all the little sprouts between those lettuce plants. And I'm out here at least once a week and spend 30 minutes going through this bed with a wire weeder and just try and hit as many of them as I can. But it's like night and day. It honestly is. Between a mulch bed, you know, this one was mulched too. And you'll see the occasional, you know, little spot. Like this is on the edge. But you'll see the occasional one. These wild onions are just insane. Good thing is they're a weed, but they're not a horrendous weed. All the cats have found me. There's Ralph, Fat Mama, and Limper. The only one, oh, there's spots on top of the truck over there. Keeping a lookout. Stuff in pots, lettuces, cilantros, carrots, bunch of lettuces. There's some big romaines over here that need to be picked. They need to be picked immediately. That one right there, there. All these romaines could be picked in here. Make some more room for some leafy lettuce, because it's just getting too cold. We got some 20s predicted coming up in a week or so, which I'm glad all the broccoli is being harvested, except for this one. That one's kind of, it's not there yet, you know, of course. But these are cauliflowers here. There's one broccoli in the middle. The rest of these are cauliflowers. Some kales down there. These are broccolis that's been harvested, except for that one. And it needs harvesting. Cabbages. That one really needs to be picked, because you don't want them all to, you want to eat them, just go ahead and eat them while they're a little small, because they're going to grow. You don't want cabbage every day. You'll be farting your brains out. So, you know, you do cabbage, what, twice a week? Go ahead and eat one, even a little baby one. It's not quite there yet. Go ahead and eat it. Even though it's going to get twice as big, go ahead and eat it. Brussels sprouts. Got some little baby Brussels sprouts starting down there. You see them on the stalk there? They grow kind of in the joint. See the little round balls? They're tiny. That one there's about the size of a marble. But they got a ways to go. I need to fertilize them some more. From what I understand, you really want to fertilize them. Broccolinis, these have all been harvested, but they're already spitting out side shoots at left and right. Carrots, Danvers, I think they were called. I really got more than I can really even film. I mean, here's romaines right here that need to be picked like a son of a bitch. I just planted a lot of romaine in the fall because I like Caesar salads. I eat a lot of Caesar salads, but it's just more than we can devour. I've been giving it away left and right. More romaines. This is just full of stuff. Arugulas. There's some kales. More broccolis in here. Might be some cauliflowers in here too. There's a lettuce right there on the corner. This is like the bed that caught all the extras. Broccolini. That one's ready to be harvested right there. I harvested all of this. Savoy cabbages. All of it's got garlic planted throughout it. Celery. All kinds of lettuces. These have leeks. Those are leeks growing between the lettuces. This lettuce is about played out. I could get another big harvest off of it though. I've been picked these carrots yesterday for the first time. My little Parisian. I'll pull one real quick. They need to be thinned a little more anyway. They're called Parisian market carrots. Well, now that I say that, I'll pull one of these out and it'll be a different. Yeah, I think this is a long carrot. Yeah, this is a long carrot, regular long carrot. The Parisian markets are little fat balls. Let me get one out. Here's one. That's a Parisian. See the difference in those? Parisian market. And then that's a regular, like a Danvers, I think it was. Which, these aren't regular. They're made to be kind of short and fat, you know. They're not made to be long and skinny. This is stuff for the compost pile. I was going to do some carrots on the grill tonight. My carrots obviously need to be picked, especially those in that bed over there I showed you. Now we'll go over here. Got the old solar heat pump running this morning. It's chilly. A little tiny greenhouse, which comes in handy though for seed starting and keeping stuff going. Some dill and cilantro I just set out here. It likes the cool nights, cool damp stuff. More carrots. That's leeks. Yeah, leeks. Some Bibb lettuce that I thought had froze and died, but it's made a revival, you know. This had lettuce in it. Picked it. Now it's got carrots. This might be some of them little tiny ones, the little ball, little round ones. These right here are too close together. See these two? And here's a weed. Get that out of here. But you see these two carrots right here? See how they're touching? And they're not even full grown yet. I'm going to pull this one just to get a look at it. Yeah, these are the little Parisians. That's big enough, you know, to throw in. It's not very big, but it's a crunch. You know, little broccolis. Tiny little broccoli growing right there. Tiny. Lettuces. That's a nice butter crunch right there. Swiss chard. Getting started from seeds. Some more salad bowl lettuce. Onions. These are 3 things of onions. That's more leeks. And this is some onion that hasn't sprouted. I think those were bad seeds. I bought those at a garage sale. They were only a year old, but still. That's some kind of red lettuce there that I planted. That Rouge d'Hiver. Rouguedhive. The hive. I don't know how to speak French. It's a French type stuff. Some kind of French stuff. Anyway, shitloads of garlic right here. And some spinach. And some leeks. And some onions. Some green onions, some leeks. The green onions are the little ones there. The leeks are the ones that are a little bigger. It's red lettuce. That bed's empty, except for occasional. There's a spinach sprouting up here and there because I sowed spinach in that and it didn't come up well at all. So then I just covered it with a couple of inches of compost to give it a little mulch. And some of the spinach has come through the mulch. You can see a little cluster of it kind of. Well, there's one right there. This right here is just some lettuces, some stray lettuces and spinach. That's baby spinach there. I could actually pick a couple of leaves off that. I could have threw them in my eggs this morning. Carrots, sprouts. These, I think there's half rainbow carrots and half of the short fat Danvers. I've already planted all of these, unfortunately, but I did like them. But from here on down, that's an empty bed, and really that center one is mostly empty, except for an occasional spinach plant, which I'd probably, I'm not that worried about it. I've got a lot of spinach planted, just like I've got a lot of lettuce planted. And got garlic over here and garlic over there. Got some more leeks and wild onions scattered here and there, and then a lot of lettuces. There's actually more romaine back there. It's all butter crunch here. The butter crunch and stuff, it likes the cold down pretty deep. I would say you get down in the 20s pretty good, and the butter crunch will handle it. The romaine, I don't know how well it's going to do it. It's more of a warmer season. I'm in Texas, so it's more of a warmer season type thing. In fact, there's a romaine right there that got bit a little bit, and it was already stunted, so I pulled it out, threw it in the compost. Here's my compost pile. I pulled this tarp back earlier. It's producing a little heat. Not a shitload. This is Celsius, This isn't Fahrenheit, so we're already up over 100. When you get to about 40 or so, that's over 100 degrees Fahrenheit. Get up to 150, it's about 120, I think. 120, 122, something like that. It needs to be up around 60 to 65 to really be churning and burning. But I just don't have the see stuff sprouting right there. You don't want to see stuff sprouting in your compost. That's not a good sign, but it's just not. It's got some heat in it. So the bacteria is doing something, and we got some mold growing on some stuff that was thrown in here. Anyway, I kind of got it set up with a little fan. It's that little fan. It's a little computer fan, a little 12-volt computer fan. Pushes a little air down a tube that's like a what would you call it? Oh, it's one of them lateral line. It's got holes drilled in it. So it kind of pushes air down the center of this pile. Try and keep it aerated and keep that bacteria churning and burning. Which it might help. I don't know. I haven't noticed a huge difference since I hooked it up. But it was so quick and easy to build. I already had this little panel here. A little 12-volt panel. And it was just sitting on a shelf. So I kind of put some junk together and trying to get her churning, chooching, doing its thing. I wish it would get a little hotter and kill some weed seeds and stuff, but we're still, hell, it's not even the first of the year yet. We still got a few days to go, so we're not in dire straits or anything. I still got a good chance to heat that son of a bitch up. When I start pulling all these broccolis out of here, when they finally give up the ghost, and these cabbages, and I'm thinking I'm going to have so much spinach that I'm going to be able to just literally compost the shit out of spinach right out of the garden. It's just going to be more than we can eat and give away and everything else. But I had a 1/4 pound of spinach seed in a planter, and I just couldn't wait to try it out. So I planted a shitload of it. Anyway, here's some more of my water catchment. That's full. Them cats are fucking freaking out. What are you doing, Mama Kitty? What are you doing, Ralph? Watch it. That barrel's full. Everything's full of water. So, and everything's damp, moist, sticky. Anyway, I'm going to get out here and get to work. I might do some more carrots. Plant some more carrot seeds somewhere. I actually got another bed I'm getting ready to do right there. I might make it a potato bed. Right here, where this blue tarp's at. We got old dead trees. Like I trimmed this out. This is dead pines. The pine beetles have done a number on our pine trees out here. So I cut them up and make them into raised beds, and then just dump compost in the center of them. I'll do the same here and put wood chips around them. And throw a shitload of potatoes in there, 2 or 3 different kinds. See how they do, maybe. It's one thing I feel like I'm kind of missing going through the holidays. We could have had potatoes if they were planted earlier, but I didn't really get deep into this. I had a garden, but not one to this extent. It was more of a few raised beds and growing some tomatoes and jalapenos and stuff, and that was about it. So I'm going to do some spaghetti squash. Did pretty good, though. But decided that I wanted to try and do a little farmer's market stuff, local. And just see what I could grow. Try and grow some weird stuff like those little Parisian carrots. And I got some purple broccoli seeds out in the shop under some lights. And, you know, try some different stuff that people don't usually get in East Texas unless they go to a bigger city. You know, you could probably get it in Longview at a farmer's market or Tyler. But for my little neck of the woods, you know, it's just not going to be the... You know, it's more tomatoes and squash and zucchinis. Is what you see. Maybe some onion. My mama cat's growling at something. Alright, gotta shut her down. Keep an eye on it, Mama. Don't let it get me.